just to be clear on my naming convention, in order to clarify when I'm doing hybrids and not having to specify left hand doing this, right hand doing this, because when you read, the left is to the left of the right, I always put the left first and then the right. So if I say 0 versus 4, I mean left hand doing 0, right hand doing 4. Now that might not clarify whether it's doing in-spin or anti-spin, but it will clarify which hand is doing which. And 0 versus 4 is different than 4 versus 0, because that would be the left hand doing the 4 and the right versus doing the 0. So if I say something like underhand opposite pinwheel extension versus behind the back cap, that would be the left hand doing the pinwheel extension and the right hand doing the behind the back cap. And the other way I would write it would be underhand opposite behind the back cap versus pinwheel extension if it was the left doing the cap and the right was doing the extension. And then if I was alternating between them, I would say underhand opposite alternating pinwheel extension versus BTB cap. So the alternating specifies when it just goes back and forth between them. I don't know that anybody else in the community uses this naming convention. I also don't know, like my experience is a lot of times when people talk about moves, they talk about a move series. So they wouldn't bother to distinguish the one where you're doing the right behind the back versus the left behind the back. They would just assume if you knew one, you knew them all. And they might not even say the direction name, because they might assume if you knew underhand opposite, you knew overhand opposite, or you knew clockwise, or you knew counterclockwise. So to me, each one is a distinct thing because kinesthetically, they feel different. And we all have different capabilities on the different sides of our bodies. Some people more than others.